Hi guys, this is Andre with the Crypto Ball, and today I want to start a series where we go over the top 100 coins on CoinMarketCap minus the stable coins. And the reason why I want to do this is because I think that it would be great content for my channel that is educational and doesn't really change that much due to market conditions. And it wouldn't be a good series without starting off with the king of the hill, the Genesis cryptocurrency, the originator, Bitcoin, right? Wouldn't be a good list unless we started with Bitcoin. And there are so many things that I can talk about regarding Bitcoin, but we have to start with why it is better than the dollar. Why is it better than the dollar? Before we get into that, though, guys, I am not a financial advisor. You need to do your own research, your own due diligence. Make sure that you know what is going on before you invest in anything. With that being said, why is Bitcoin better than the dollar? Right? Because if you're watching this video where I am just talking about Bitcoin, I'm guessing that if you are thinking about getting anything from this, that you are newer to crypto. Right? You're newer to crypto. You may not understand what the blockchain is, or why is Bitcoin needed? And the answer is this, right? If this was the only thing that I told you about Bitcoin, it would already be better than the dollar. And there's so much more to Bitcoin than what I'm about to say. The main thing about an asset is how rare it is, right? How scarce it is. When we are comparing something like Bitcoin to the dollar, right? The dollar is not scarce. It's intrinsically worthless, right? The dollar has no value because by the time I finish this sentence, we'll have printed millions more dollars, right? No one knows the exact amount of money in our society. We know that we've printed 40% of it in the past year. But, you know, it's not backed by anything. And so the number one reason to invest in Bitcoin and why it is a revolution in finance is really based off of it's scarce. It has a use case and it's scarce. And we're going to go over those things in this video. Now, I want to just say that these videos, as I'm kind of reviewing the top 100 coins on CoinMarketCap, this is not all-encompassing video. This is going to be very, very short, just going over the negatives and the positives of these coins. And then I will put all links that I think are good for people that want to learn more in the description. So just wanted to state, this isn't me doing homework for you. This is just me giving a basic general point of reference for people to go and do their own research in these coins on the top 100 CoinMarketCap list. So with that being said, let's move over into Bitcoin. And the first thing that I want to go over is how it differs from some of the other cryptocurrencies that you may have heard of. For instance, what is the difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? Why do we even need so many of these cryptocurrencies? And what separates Bitcoin, the originator of this space, from other cryptocurrencies that are gaining traction? And really what this comes down to is how they confirm and validate data. How is data exchanged and procured on these protocols and in these blockchains? And Bitcoin is a good point of reference for that because of a multitude of reasons. First being that Bitcoin is the only coin that has had a $1 trillion market cap on CoinMarketCap, period. And why is that important? Well, Bitcoin is proof of work, and proof of work is very secure. And since Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency in this space, it had a fair launch. When Bitcoin first came out, anybody could buy any amount of coins that they wanted. They were practically free. And so Bitcoin is all over the world. Nobody has over 50% of all the Bitcoin in the world. And that's what you would need to take over Bitcoin. You would need to have more than 50% of Bitcoin. No government can do that. No person can do that. It's out of the hands of individuals. And that is why this is an innovation in finance and in technology. Now, I said $1 trillion was in Bitcoin at one point in time, had $1 trillion market cap, and yet it never failed. That's because Bitcoin is infallible, right? It's infallible, meaning that it doesn't make mistakes. If you give me your wallet, and I have a wallet, and I send Bitcoin from my wallet to your wallet on the blockchain, you are going to receive that Bitcoin. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We can look on the blockchain and confirm that you've received it. People can confirm that I have sent it. And we know that it's going to be received. There's not going to be a mistake. If you could go and point out a mistake on the blockchain and prove that Bitcoin was not infallible, then Bitcoin would go to $0 tomorrow. But it would never happen, right? It will never happen. And it's been proven. It's been proven with $1 trillion on the line. It's been proven that this is a concept that is secure. And proof of work is the most secure. So let's take a look here at the difference between proof of work and proof of stake, right? Because a lot of other coins that are very popular are proof of stake. And I know that a lot of people don't know this difference. So in proof of work, a requirement is to mine the currency with computer computation, right? A bunch of computer power to go and kind of source the data on the blockchain to get a reward, being Bitcoin in this case. And as it says, a reward is given to the first miner who solves each block's problem. Network miners compete to be the first to find a solution for the mathematical problem. And that is how the data is parsed within Bitcoin. On coins that use proof of stake, however, it's different. The creator of a new block is chosen in a deterministic way, depending on its wealth, also defined as stake. The POS system, there is no block reward, so miners take the transaction fees. And proof of stake currencies can be several thousand times more cost effective. Now, people will read this and they'll say, well, this is more cost effective. Why aren't we using proof of stake, right? Why aren't we using proof of stake if it's more cost effective? In proof of work, at least for Bitcoin, there's always going to be a time that is slowed so that we can make sure that the data is the way that it's supposed to be. And that is why proof of work is more secure than proof of stake. Proof of stake can be faster in transactions, but the fees may be higher, right? Proof of work is always going to take more time because they take time to make sure that the data is the way that it's supposed to be. And that difference is a major difference. I'm going to be putting in some more articles so that you guys can learn the difference between all the different proofs. There's a ton of different proofs, but these are the two main ones. And this is a really big reason why Bitcoin is so much more secure than almost every other coin out there, right? Is this concept of proof of work with a fair value launch and an appreciation for scarcity is why Bitcoin has been referred to as digital gold. And is why I think it's very important for the average individual in this space to be trying their hardest to get as much Bitcoin as possible. Because once again, we can look and see, the whole world is talking about Bitcoin, and right now there's less than 16 million of them. People die, they lose their wallets, for some reason they can't access that Bitcoin. That Bitcoin's lost forever. So I know now we're kind of in a downtrend and people are like, oh, do you think Bitcoin will survive? Of course. And in a matter of fact, I think that in 10 years, Bitcoin is going to, who knows its price, right? Because once again, the leading principle of price appreciation is scarcity. I know that's a hard concept for people to grasp because we're so used to thinking about money, and money has no scarcity. But when we're talking about Bitcoin, we need to make sure that we are keeping up with what makes it so great. It is infallible, doesn't make mistakes. It is a scarce asset, incredibly scarce, incredibly scarce. It has a use case. You can send money almost instantly, a 10-minute wait time most of the time, and that money is going to get where you want it to go, and you can prove it. You can prove it. Okay. All of those things combined makes it an innovation in finance and technology never before seen. When you're looking at how we were exchanging money previously, right, with MoneyGram, Western Union, or the banks are robbing people, Okay. We don't have a need for banks. We don't have a need for bankers. We just don't. And this is a zero-sum game. It's a get with it or get lost scenario. The banks are foaming at the mouth trying to get into cryptocurrency. Don't believe me? JP Morgan just opened up a bank in the metaverse. It's on Sandbox or Decentraland. I forget which metaverse they just opened the bank in, but even they're changing their tune because they know that this is a revolution in finance, and they're banks, they're bankers. So, that is a general synopsis of why I think that Bitcoin is what should be the goal of every investor in this space, to get more Bitcoin, because it is the most secure. It is the original. It is digital gold. And really, right now, you can't really think of a better time to get some Bitcoin. I think it can fall a little bit lower into the 30s, but anything lower than that, you should really be trying to pick it up as soon as possible, because it could be one of the best decisions of your life. It was one of the best decisions in my life, and I hope that you guys follow suit. I'm going to be putting more information regarding proof of work, the origination of Bitcoin, Bitcoin's white paper, so that people can read and see why this is such an innovation, why this is such a revolution. But I'm sure that a majority of people that watch this channel know far and well why Bitcoin is so great. And once again, this is just the start of a greater series, a bigger series. As we move down into the more obscure projects, we're going to have to really delve into these white papers and really read and see why these communities are really into these real obscure coins. But for now, we're going to keep it brief. So this is Andre with the Crypto Ball. Today we went over proof of work, Bitcoin, some of the history behind it, why I think that you should invest in it. And we are starting this series where we're going to go over all of these coins. And I'm sure that we are going to find some stuff that is really worth looking into, some very interesting projects on the front page of CoinMarketCap. But we'll talk about that next time. And I'll see you next time. This is Andre with the Crypto Ball.